What's up, YouTube? This is Knowledgeable Nick. I started a series called My Journey as an Empath, and this is going to be the third video. So my journey as an empath, egoic manifestations. And why am I talking about this? This is stuff that I've personally experienced in life, and I was able to kind of chart it out. Now, I busted out the whiteboard for this one, but in the first two videos I did not. This is a new phenomenon, the whiteboard, where I can share my thoughts, but I freestyle all my videos. I just wanted to collect my thoughts and make this as easy to understand as I possibly can, having empathy for you as a viewer, making it as easy as possible to understand. I also had a viewer provide me some constructive criticism regarding, can you put the words on the screen so we can see them and take notes better? Well, I'm doing it on here. I'm not going to go with no editing bullshit. I am going to do it on the whiteboard, and if you don't like my handwriting, well, we're going to talk about that in the desire to control section. So what are we going to talk about today? Number one, egoic manifestations that I've personally experienced, and then the feeling and emotion, the healthy version of this. So this is the unhealthy side. This is the healthy side, okay? Now, just a little backstory. You may need to watch the other two videos that I made to get a little bit clearer of a picture and more of my story. So my journey as an empath, discerning energies, and how I protect my energy. Now, those ones weren't as clear as this one, so they're a little bit more story-based and personal. I'm going to share stories in this one and just personal experiences so that you know that I've lived all of this and I'm not just talking about something that I looked up on the internet, okay? Now, I will say part of this whole thing came from this lady on Facebook Reels that somebody sent me, was related to the 7 deadly sins and each chakra in Hinduism. So if you know anything about chakras, there is a really solid short, and I'm going to probably steal her video and make my own version of it because she mixed up some of the chakras. Now, I can't do it yet because I don't have the right colors for all the chakras, okay? I don't have those. I only have a few colors here. So, and I don't know. I think I lost one. Oh, there it is. I don't have all the colors for the chakras, okay? You need 7 colors, and I do not have those. But anyways, what I'm going to get into is the egoic manifestations and the feelings and emotions. Like I said, I've felt all of these. If you are a new viewer, check out my first video. The purpose of this channel is specifically designed to share the knowledge and experiences that I have acquired in life. Share them with you so that you can gain some perspective, and this perspective helps you to achieve your dreams and goals. I have another video specifically talking about how to overcome every obstacle in life on your journey to success. So that would be a foundational building block that you're going to need to know. So I would encourage you to watch that, turning stumbling blocks into stepping stones, okay? So I'm going to turn some of your stumbling blocks today into stepping stones and share my experiences with you, okay? Now, I'm rocking an Excess energy drink today. I've got it on my shirt. If you want to buy this shirt from the affiliate link, too fucking bad, because I am an affiliate partner with Excess. You are not. You can't buy this sweatshirt. This is for me, not you. Okay? So let's talk about egoic manifestations. Number 1, pride. Okay? I'm gonna go through all of them, and I'm gonna relay why I came to this conclusion. All right. So we've got pride, envy, wrath, sloth, greed, gluttony, and lust. Have you heard these words before? They're the 7 deadly sins. Now, there's an anime called that. I don't watch anime. I'm just aware of that. So maybe you know of the phrase from that. Maybe you know the phrase from the Bible. Maybe you heard that from movies or popular culture. Okay? Each one of these has a opposite healthy feeling or emotion. Now, I want to share some backstory. Why did I come to this conclusion? If you watch the other 2 videos that I shared, my journey as an empath, I was trying to describe how I perceive, is this an energy I'm feeling from somebody else, or is this an energy that I'm experiencing? So am I experiencing this feeling myself, whether it's a feeling or an egoic manifestation, or is the other person around me feeling this, and am I just able to pick up on it? Now, if you don't believe in empaths, if you don't know what that is, if you've never heard of that term before, it just means someone who can feel the emotions of others as if they are their own. Generally, this happens in the vicinity of others, okay? Now, if you don't believe in that, that's totally fine, but I encourage you to think about this experience, okay? I'm a huge Shakira fan, and we've all heard Hips Don't Lie. What a great song. Now, I've got a Shakira Shakira wall art that I'm going to be putting up when it gets delivered here, from her Nunca Me Acuerdo de Olvidarte, or her I Can't Remember to Forget You album, or that specific single. And I'm going to put that up on the wall for some additional visual appeal. But why am I talking about Shakira today? The reason I'm talking about Shakira is because in her song Hips Don't Lie, she indicates, can you feel the attraction? Can you feel the tension? Okay? So human beings can feel attraction and tension in the room. Maybe it's tension between you and another person. You both are experiencing this tension and this attraction. This is not something that is a debatable concept, okay? You've experienced this. If you haven't, you probably need to interact with more people romantically, okay? Now, I'm using the natural light from outside today, so if it's a little dark, I really apologize for that. It is an overcast day, all right? So I'm going to get into just this anyways. I don't really care. I'll do another condensed version of this, straight to the point, just so you guys can get the understanding correctly and everything like that. But egoic manifestations: pride, envy, wrath, sloth, greed, gluttony, lust. Okay, what is pride? Pride is superiority or insecurity. It is both, okay? It does not necessarily mean that I'm better than everyone else. I could feel worse than everyone else, okay? I could feel worse than everyone else. All right? That is equally pride. That falls into the pride category. This is an egoic manifestation. What is an egoic manifestation? Now, in my other video, your thoughts don't create your reality creates your thoughts. I talk about a specific concept of a human being being 3 distinct parts, okay? One being your soul. Your soul. That is your identity. That is you who you are, okay? My name is Nick. My soul is whatever Nick's being is, okay? Now, I have another part, all of us do, called the flesh, or I will call it the ego, or the physical part of my body. That is my physical, okay? So I have my soul is my consciousness, and my ego, my physical body, my avatar, some may call it, is going to be my flesh. So I have my spirit, my true identity that is operating using this physical body, wearing this awesome excess energy sweatshirt that my avatar has decided to wear today. Okay? So we are eternal beings. We are spirit beings encased in a body. Okay? So we need to we need to get on some foundation before this makes sense for everyone. Okay? So this foundation that we need to come to is this 3-part human being, okay? Spirit and soul, and flesh, okay? So soul is my identity. That's who I truly am, my consciousness. My flesh is the physical part of me, my brain, my lungs, my desires, my physical desires like hunger, thirst. Those are all ego-based things, okay? That is flesh, all right? Now, the third part is spirit, and that is the part of me that is joined to God. And you could use the word God, you could use the word Jesus, you could use the word higher self, you could use the word divine consciousness. So what is that? Source energy. So what is that thing, okay? So what that thing is the source of all energy and consciousness. It is a personal, some people may call this the Holy Spirit, okay? It is a personal relationship to God, okay? God is the creator, energetic, conscious force that created all things. And my soul has the option within this body to operate out of egoic manifestations, or spiritual manifestations, feelings and emotions. So feelings and emotions, those are healthy. Those are God-given. Some call them the fruit of the Spirit. And the fruit of the Spirit, the works of the flesh. Fruit of the Spirit, works of the flesh. Okay? So that's from a spiritual concept. We need to come to this understanding together. Okay? So my spirit, my soul can operate connected to God in spirit by using these emotions, or my soul, that same soul has the option to operate in egoic manifestations, okay? Let's talk about Adolf Hitler. All right, Adolf Hitler, his issue was pride, okay? Why did Adolf Hitler he actually had wrath too, but let's use him as an example of the egoic manifestations, okay? Adolf Hitler, superiority, okay? What did he want to do? Preserve the Aryan race. White people, the Aryan blood was the pure blood, and he wanted to eradicate those who were not part of that same bloodline, specifically the Jews and special needs people, okay? And I can't remember the specific order, but everyone thinks about, oh, he killed 6 million Jews, did you know he specifically had a program to eliminate people with disabilities? Okay, so he had an actual order for that, and I forgot what it has a specific name. I forgot what it is, but I believe he eradicated a couple 100,000, maybe 300,000 special needs people because they were unclean or impure, okay? Because they were not, they did not have the Aryan blood, and they were not fit to survive. They were not fit to survive in his eyes, not mine, his eyes, okay? So, I have a sister who has special needs, and what I want to share with you guys is that even though she is not cognitively capable of creating collective thoughts like this and sharing them, that doesn't mean that we cannot learn from her, okay? I don't have special needs, so I can't learn from somebody who has Down syndrome. That is pride. That is pride. That is a superiority, okay? Some people want to have an abortion from if they think they're going to have a special needs person. I don't want to deal with that, okay? I don't want to deal with that is what they're saying. That is an egoic manifestation, okay? Generally, when we talk about somebody having an abortion, that is an egoic manifestation. They are operating in the self. Flesh, they are not concerned about anything other than themselves, all right? And you can hate on that phrase, but it's fucking true. Fucking believe it, all right? That's my tagline. If you're new here, fucking believe it, all right? Nobody kills their child from a place of goodness in their heart, okay? It's always an egoic manifestation, all right? Egoic manifestation. Now, if you did that, if you're planning to do that, I have no desire to control. I have no desire to control you. You have the option to do whatever you want. I'm just educating you that that is an egoic manifestation. And a true love, if you were a mother, even in the case that the mother was going to die, let's think about the animal kingdom, okay? A mother in the animal kingdom, like a bear or whatever, is going to die herself before she lets anything happen to her children. All right? So that is a healthy example of motherhood, and the mother bear or whatever it is selfless, okay? That's selfless, that's divine love, okay? An egoic mother bear would say, well, I guess, I was just protecting myself. I let my kids die because I was protecting myself. Okay? And you can hate on this pro-life argument in the comments. Like I said, I have no desire to control you ladies. I'm just letting you know what the truth is. And maybe you've been deceived, okay? So if you have a special needs Down syndrome child in your womb or something like that, or your masculine partner who created the child with you is trying to pressure you into getting an abortion, well, what is he doing? Acting out of pride and superiority. I'm too good to have a special needs child. Selfishness. I don't want to deal with that. I'm operating out of egoic manifestation. I don't want to deal with that. I don't want to take responsibility for my actions, okay? So children are a gift from God. Learn about that. And even if they have special needs, my sister Kimberly, who I shared about in one of my other videos, Kimberly, even though is not capable of collective thought like this, Kimberly does what she wants to do when she wants to do it. Okay, she doesn't have any concept of caring what other people think. Okay, so if she wants to go eat ice cream, she's eating ice cream. She wants to go watch the Minecraft movie, she's watching the Minecraft movie. All right. If she wants to eat bread, if she wants to stay up all night, whatever she wants to do, she's doing it. Okay. So in that other video I shared, and that one was called Stepping Stones to Stumbling Block, or Stumbling Blocks to Stepping Stones. I just shared a little bit more about Kimberly in that specific video, where we overcome some of our hindrances on the journey to success with that. Okay, so let's get to the rest of this video. All right, so superiority or insecurity. Maybe I feel less than everyone else. All right, maybe I'll never be good enough. Maybe I'll never be good enough. I'll never be good enough to be in that relationship. I'll never be good enough to run that business. I'll never be good enough to create a YouTube channel. I'll never be good enough. I'll never be good enough. Okay, let's just keep it at that. That is insecurity. Comes from pride. Egoic manifestation. 7 deadly sin. All right. How do we combat that? How do we combat this? Okay. Gratitude. Gratitude is the healthy feeling and emotion that we have to combat this. All right, so what is gratitude? Hey, I'm thankful and I'm grateful for where I am at right now. You know what? That person is dating the person that I was attracted to, but you know what? I'm actually grateful for everything that I have. Why don't I stop focusing on what I don't have? Let me focus on gratitude, okay? Let me focus on being thankful to be alive. How about I'm just thankful to be alive, all right? How about I'm thankful that I have the things that I have? How about I'm thankful that I was created? I'm thankful to be able to experience this life and to enjoy the flavor of a caffeine-free, no sugar added, excess energy drink. I'm grateful for the B vitamins and the vitamin C that I'm ingesting right now that's going to nourish my body. All right? I'm grateful. I'm grateful for another day of life. I'm just grateful for another day of life because plenty of people, yesterday was their last day of life. I'm grateful for another day of life. I'm going to make a YouTube video and share my gratitude for the life that I get to live and the skills that I have. All right. So how about we, instead of do Adolf Hitler, how about we're grateful that there's people that are better than us. Grateful that there's people that are better than us so I can learn from them. How about that? How about I'm grateful for the opportunity that I have different or better skills than other people so that I can share my skills with them and guide them in a better direction. How about that? That's how we solve that issue. Gratitude cures both of these. All right. So I'm going to move to the next one. Envy. Envy is just jealousy. Okay. And I maybe mentioned that a little bit, but pride is the root of everything. All of these comes from pride. All right. Pride is the root. If you ever heard the character of the devil or Satan or Lucifer in the Bible, it specifically says that all of the sin and darkness that came from him originated from, instead of being grateful for, he was the archangel in the story. Now, if you don't want to believe it, that's fine. This is a story we can learn from, just like Star Wars, Anakin Skywalker. He's not a real person, but he is a character that we can learn from. So whether you believe Lucifer and the Bible is real or not, we're going to use this as a learning point, okay? Not a religious debate. This is not up for debate. This is a story we're learning from. All right? So he was the archangel, the most powerful. There was none like him as far as God's creation. Now, what he did was, instead of being grateful for his role that he got to take on in God's army as the leader, one of the archangels with Michael and Gabriel, instead of being grateful for the skills that he had and the superiority that he had, where he could help those below him, the Bible says you are gods in Psalm 82. And what does it say to do? What does it say gods do? It says that you are gods, you watching this, you are gods. And then it says, defend the poor, relieve the oppressed, maybe defend the weak, I think it says. Now you can read Psalm 82 for yourself, but it basically is relieve the oppressed, deliver the weak from their affliction, rescue those who are in need. Okay, that's what we do out of gratitude for the abilities we have, out of gratitude for the knowledge and experiences that I have. I'm sharing this to deliver you from your oppressions, your egoic manifestations and oppressions that you are consciously choosing, not because anyone made you do these things, but maybe because you don't know what they are. Okay, so I'm educating you now so you can experience these things, whether you believe in the Bible or not, or chakras, or any of that spiritual stuff. Let's pretend all of that doesn't exist. These are just bad emotions and feelings, and these are good ones. Okay, life is better when you have these. Life is worse when you have these. Simple as that. Simple as that. Just like life is better when you drink an excess energy drink. It's fucking delicious. All right, so envy. Let's get to the next one. Envy. Jealousy. That person is dating somebody, the person that I want. All right. That person has the car that I want. Man, I wish I had that car. That person has the awesome excess energy sweatshirt that I wish I had, but I'm not an affiliate partner, so I can't have that. That person has a better job than me. That person has more money in the bank than I do. Jealousy. How about this? My man. Now, it is completely normal for men to desire multiple women. And according to the Bible, and I think we can see this in biology, a man with multiple women is completely fine. There's nothing wrong with that if he chooses to do that and takes care of them. Watch my video. Sexuality is not shameful, it's sacred. For more information on that. But basically, it is completely normal and biologically aligned and biblically sound where a man can have multiple women in his life and he can procreate with those multiple women. Now, let's just say you are you want one of those high value men that has the ability to have multiple women. Maybe he desires you just like I desire certain women, but I also desire other women. This is completely normal. This is my experience, all right? I may intimately love and desire a very specific woman for how she is. I like the way she looks. I like her behavior. I enjoy her as a person. I have reverence for who she is, created in the image of God. I respect her femininity. I like all of those things about her. But maybe there's 2 or 3 other women maybe there's 10 other women that I also feel the same way about, but I just like them individually, okay? Now, there are 20 different flavors of excess, caffeine-free or ones with caffeine. Now, I enjoy the mango, pineapple, guava like I'm having here today, but I enjoy the other flavors occasionally. Now, I will occasionally even drink a Red Bull. I'm really stepping back from caffeine, but I'll even do a Red Bull sugar-free. That flavor's delicious to me, okay? So, I will enjoy this flavor. This flavor is equally as good as the cranberry grape sugar-free caffeine-free, zero added sugar version. Okay, there's a cranberry grape one. Okay, now just because I like the cranberry grape doesn't mean I like this one any less. Okay, just because I enjoy one woman and I like her the way she is, let's call her mango guava, I can equally enjoy as a man the cranberry grape woman. Okay, if we were going to describe it that way. All right, I can equally enjoy her as a man in the book The Polygamous Sex, which is written by a woman. Written by a woman, Esther Viller. She specifically says that men can love multiple women at the same time. Women do not do that. This is written by a woman, not a man. Written by a woman. It's for all you feminists. Written by a woman. And what she said is that men can love multiple women at the same time. Women cannot. Okay? There's this book. All right? There's this book, Love and Respect. Women want to be loved. Men want to be respected. I don't want to be loved by my women. I just want to be respected, okay? I don't need to have this in love feeling. I like to be respected for the man that I am, for who I want to be, what I'm doing in life, and the fact that I'm taking care of them. I want to be respected for the things that I'm providing for them, okay? Now, what they want to be respected in one sense, but women prefer to be intimately loved, okay? Intimately loved. As a masculine man, I don't care about, does she love me? Is she so madly in love with me? I care about, does she respect me, and do we have a good relationship, okay? Is she respectful to me? Is she submissive and obedient? Does she communicate? All right? That means respect to me. That's what I want as a masculine man. Now, women don't want a man who's submissive and obedient. They want a man who loves them. So if you think about female erotic novels, it's always Men are not reading that, okay? I have no desire to read about a story about some rich doctor or some wolf man, okay? I have no desire to care about that. Now, you can learn more about that in my Sacred Sexuality video, but we're getting a little off topic here. But why did I bring this point up, okay? Jealousy. Ladies, instead of being jealous that your man desires multiple women, if he's honest and open about it, why don't you have joy that you get to experience him and have joy that now you have potentially a sister wife that you can share your life with. Now you have another woman in the picture that you can be best friends with, ladies, and you both have a man. Now, when he's spending time with one girl and not you, why don't we have joy? Wow, I'm thankful that I get to be one of them. I'm joyful that she gets to experience. I love her. I'm joyful that she gets to experience him. Now, if your man's cheating behind your back, that's not a good thing. Being jealous of a cheating man who lies to you, I think we should just stop being in a relationship with somebody like that, okay? That is something completely different. But if he's honest, if he respects you, and he's just honest, like I'm being honest right now, that men want multiple women, there's nothing wrong with doing that, especially since I'm being honest about it for the ladies, okay? So your man is like this, okay? This is completely normal. This is, maybe you've been taught something different. Maybe he tries to suppress it because he's scared about what you think. But you can have that conversation. But jealousy, why is polygyny, one man and multiple women, is completely fine. But ladies, we need to stop having jealousy about the other ladies that he likes and have joy and the experience. Let's have reverence for them as people. And let's enjoy life together in a harmonious marriage. So you can do that. That's completely fine. Now, ladies, you're probably getting mad at me right now for some of the things that I said. So let's get to wrath. Wrath. All right, wrath is a desire to control. This talk is for the ladies today. Desire to control. Now, wait, my man likes other women? I want to control him. All right, let's use psychological manipulation. Let's do hot and cold. Let's do the silent treatment. All right. This is typical classic Latina behavior. Let's do some gaslighting, and then let's go cold after that. All right, let's gaslight. Oh, I'm so in love with you. You're my favorite. And then let's try and rock his emotions, okay? Because we want to control our man. And ladies, you don't have to be a Latina. White girls do this too, and pretty much every woman on the planet does this. In the Bible, it specifically says, your desire will be for your husband. Basically, you will desire to control him, but you will not be able to. Men, Proverbs 31, verse 2, do not give a woman your strength. Excess energy, drink to that. Now, this doesn't have to be in a relationship. This could be we could be wrathful at somebody who did something wrong, okay? Let's just say somebody cuts you off, okay? Somebody cuts you off on the way to work. Or let's say somebody steals something of yours, okay? Let's just say somebody steals your bike, all right? Now it says, there's this quote, I didn't ask God for permission because I knew he didn't work like that. Or I asked God for a bike, but he didn't give it, so I stole a bike and I asked him for forgiveness. Okay. So let's use the bike example. Let's use cutting off. Let's use the polygyny example for empathy. Okay. What is empathy? Empathy is not sympathy or compassion. Empathy means you understand where the other person is coming from. You can put yourself in their shoes. I made a video about narcissistic personality disorder. Narcissists are Death Stars because I like Star Wars. So I put that in there, okay? What is empathy? We can put ourselves in other people's shoes. Now, sociopaths, psychopaths, and narcissists cannot view things from other people's perspective, okay, where they're at, all right? They can learn this, all right? So if you have one of those things, if you are unable to view things from other people's perspective, this is a learned thing that you can learn. And if it's wired in your brain, I'm going to give you a book real quick. Switch on your brain. Switch on your brain. This is about neuroplasticity. This just means you can change your brain chemistry. So these two books I'll put in the affiliate. I'm an Amazon affiliate partner. Amazon, great company. They pay me a commission when somebody clicks the link and buys the product, just like the Amway Corporation pays me when somebody clicks the link and buys a product from my store. Okay? So, empathy, understanding where someone else is coming from. So let's use that example. All right. And I'm going to do this one right now, actually, about the polygyny thing first, because it just popped in my head. Okay. Ladies, if you were to sleep with another man or spend time with another man who isn't yours, which is not a good thing that we should be doing. But let's just say you did that. Let's just say you dumped your man and you got a different man, okay? From your perspective, now I'm having empathy for you. From your perspective, women generally do that to rank up in status. She dumped the loser to get a better man, okay? The bum-ass Walmart worker, I used to work at Walmart, dumps his ass for the attractive, rich business owner in those female fantasy novels or whatever, or the werewolf man, whatever it is. Okay, so the werewolf man is more attractive to you, Team Jacob, bitch. I never watched Twilight. That is from a spoof movie. But having empathy for you ladies, when you, if you were to get rid of me, if I was your man, you get rid of me and you get a new one, it would generally be because I wasn't good enough, okay? And you wanted a better option, okay? I'm vulnerable on this channel. I'm authentic. I had a girlfriend one time, and at one point, I was the best that she could get. And during the process of the relationship, she actually found a different guy that she liked more than me and went with him instead, okay? So now I could be like, oh, now in the moment, maybe I was like, at the time, I'm not good enough, okay? Then I desire to control other people and use psychological manipulation on women because I don't feel good enough, and use seduction techniques like planting sexual thoughts in their head. And I may have done that at one point, but I'm not doing it anymore. So because I was not grateful that was a learning experience, and I didn't have empathy, and realized that manipulation hurts people. Okay. So this is my story. This is my authenticity on here. Okay, so ladies, why are you jealous when your man wants another female? Because you think that he thinks she's better than you. Because that's what you think. You think that you're coming from a place of insecurity because you think that him liking her or having multiple women means you are not good enough. That's not the case for men. So ladies, let's have empathy for men. Men don't think that way. We just like variety. We just want to experience multiple women and have fun and great experiences and show off our multiple women and make babies with multiple women, okay? That is not because she's better than you. Oftentimes men will go with a woman who's even less pretty than you. That is completely, if we analyze adultery or cheating, it's generally not somebody who's better. Okay, let's look at the Jay-Z Beyonce scenario. Jay-Z and Beyonce, I mean, I don't know what the details of that, but I think we all know that whatever the woman was probably not Queen Bee. All right. So having empathy for men, this is understanding men. Queen Bee was better than the other woman. That doesn't matter to men, okay? That doesn't matter, okay? That it has nothing to do with you. I can still love you equally. I can still appreciate, value you, treat you good, and also treat other women well the same way. Now, we could have empathy for the guy who cut us off. Maybe he is at the end of his attendance points and he's going to get fired today, okay? Maybe we just need to chill out and not, like, flip him the bird, all right? Maybe the person who stole that bike needs $20 to eat today, all right? Let's have empathy and understand where they're coming from, all right? Okay, so empathy, once we understand their perspective, we don't need to control them anymore, all right? Once we have joy, we don't need to be jealous. Once we have empathy, we don't need to be jealous anymore. All of these kind of work together. All of these kind of work together. And I burped a little bit because of my excess energy drink. Now let's go with sloth, okay? Let's just say I'm lazy or depressed or something like that. Sloth is nothing more than a lack of self-awareness. All right. Now, I'm a grinder. I want to do stuff. I want to go out and I want to work hard. And I want to grind. I want to experience the most that I can out of this life. I want to be useful. Okay. Now, I used to look down with superiority at people who were lazy or not doing anything or getting chopped every day because of my superiority, because of my pride, okay? Yeah, I'm working hard. That guy's a fucking loser, all right? He's just jerking off and doing whatever, smoking weed every day, eating, all right? Whatever that person is, okay? Now, I didn't have empathy. I have empathy now for them because I understand, because it's just a lack of self-awareness. Now, I needed to then go to a period where I just didn't really do anything, okay? I take off like a month from work and just play video games and get high, okay? I've experienced that myself. I've made that decision. I got fired from Walmart. Okay, I got fired from Walmart, all right? So I got fired from Walmart and I can still make this incredible video for you at one point. So why was I have no energy. I just can't do anything. I have no energy, all right? All of that comes from a lack of self-awareness. Sloth, lack of self-awareness. Laziness, lack of self-awareness, okay? Maybe I'm unmotivated. Well, why can't I get motivated? Because I don't know what, I'm not aware of myself. I'm not present in the moment, okay? Things are sucking energy out of me that I don't even know is happening. So let me tell you my story with sloth, why I was slothful, because of a lack of self-awareness. Now, I'm going to make videos about dopamine detox more in later, but I've briefly mentioned it in some of my other videos. All right, so lack of self-awareness. Dopamine detox. I'm going to bring that up in this video so you guys can know what I'm talking about. All right. Now, dopamine detox just means that things like caffeine, that's why I drink the caffeine-free one. Everyone has a dopamine baseline. Okay, so we have this baseline of dopamine. Now, what is dopamine? It's the reward, the pleasure chemical, okay? When I perform a task like making this YouTube video, my brain gets dopamine, all right? I feel good. When I do my dishes, I feel good. When I do any form of task, when I go to the gym, I feel good, okay? When you do a useful task, your brain receives dopamine. This is the reward center. In Ecclesiastes, in the Bible, it says, a man's work is his reward. That's talking about your dopamine. A man's work is his reward. Just the fact that you did the task is your reward. When you get up, vacuum your house, do your dishes, clean your kitchen, cook your lunch, whatever you want to do, when you do all of those things, your brain gets dopamine. That is your reward. You feel good. Nobody feels bad after doing all of their chores, all right? Oh, man, I just feel like shit. My house is so clean. Oh, now I can just sit and relax for the rest of the day? Yuck! Nobody says that, okay? It's like, wow, I feel great. Like, I feel really motivated now, okay? So self-awareness, I'm going to teach you about how your brain works today so you can become more aware. All right? And we can stop being slothful, all right? And what that was when you are engaging in things, so we have your dopamine baseline. When you are engaging in things that you can either hack your dopamine, you can either get natural dopamine from doing tasks the way it was intended biologically, or you can get unnatural dopamine from sugar, artificial sugar, watching porn, jerking off, binging Netflix, social approval, likes on Instagram, impulse buying. Those are pretty much all the ones I can think of. Once again, these videos are off the cuff. I am live. I am present in the moment with you guys, all right? I have a very high level of self-awareness. That's why I keep promoting Excess Energy Drink, because I know the more times I share it with you, the more likely you are to buy it. That's a marketing strategy. That's why you see companies paying millions and millions of dollars for Super Bowl commercials, Pepsi this, Pepsi that, whatever. That's a marketing thing. I'm not using any control techniques or manipulation. I'm just letting you know Excess Energy Drink exists and is delicious, okay? You don't have to buy it. I have no control over that, but it has an 180-day money-back guarantee. 180-day money-back guarantee on Excess Energy Drink. Even if you drink the whole thing, you can return it and get your money back, no questions asked, okay? Where do you get that? You can't buy Red Bull, drink it, and return it if you don't like it. But Excess Energy Drink, you can, 180 days to try it. Money back guarantee. Click the link in the description for that, okay? So I am present with you, and I am present with my dopamine, okay? So let me talk about my dopamine. So let's get back to the point here. So we have that dopamine baseline. When I perform a task, I'm going to get some dopamine. So this is the baseline. It's going to go up, okay? I perform a lot of tasks. Okay, let's go up to here, all right? Now it's going to naturally fall and go back to our dopamine baseline. Why am I unmotivated? I'm unmotivated because I have been hacking my dopamine. I've been getting high on marijuana. So now all of these things, my dopamine baseline eventually, so when I do natural things, it rises and falls, okay? But if I'm constantly all day, all right, so let's start with some caffeine. We're going to get our dopamine up. Let's get some social approval. Let's get some scroll on YouTube Shorts and Instagram Reels. Then we're going to get high and watch some porn. All right. So now my dopamine baseline is way up here. Okay. So now I've made all this artificial dopamine in my brain. And let's just say I get this much dopamine artificially from, and then I had sugar. I drank some Mountain Dew. All right. So let's just say this is how much dopamine you get when you do natural ways to get dopamine. This is how much you get when you artificially get dopamine, okay? So now when I stack these, it can fall. But I am really high up here, and then I'm going to crash because it wants to return to the baseline, okay? Then I get depression. Then I'm unmotivated, okay? So why would I do a task that only gives me this much dopamine, like my dishes, when I can drink something with a lot of sugar, like a chocolate shake from McDonald's? Boo McDonald's. I am an anti-promoter of McDonald's. That shit is disgusting. Actually, it tastes quite good, but I don't want you to buy it. I stopped buying it because it is really bad for you, okay? They put sugar in the buns to make you addicted. Did you know that? I bet you didn't. Maybe you did, okay? So why would I do my dishes and get this much dopamine when I can have a McDonald's shake and get this much dopamine? And then get even more dopamine from the impulse buy. So I can impulse buy McDonald's and then get dopamine while I'm eating it. And then get, okay. Then I'm going to get high. Then I'm going to impulse buy McDonald's. Then I'm going to eat the McDonald's, watch some reels, and jerk off, okay? Have you ever heard the song, I was going to clean my room, but then I got high? Okay, now I'm jacking off, and I know why. Because I got high, because I got high, because I got high. All right? So that lack of self-awareness. Now, he's telling you the truth in that song. Presence. Being present, okay? We need to clear out our system, do a dopamine detox, clean out our system for all that dopamine. You can do fasting, and fasting is just eliminating those things from your diet. Maybe take 2-3 days off. Just lay in your bed with no stimulus and let your body repair itself. Just drink water, maybe have one healthy meal. I like, during my dopamine detox, I would eat one meal a day. I did this for about 3 weeks. One meal a day, and that meal was generally going to be something healthy or prepared, something you can buy at the grocery store and cook. So maybe it is a steak or something like that. That would be fine. Maybe it's eggs. Even eggs and bacon is way better than McDonald's, okay? You want to have not really a carb thing. You're going to want protein and fat. Ketosis too is what I specifically did. Now this is perspective. You can eat whatever you want, but if you want to do that, water all day, definitely no caffeine, no porn, no weed. We're not doing any of that stuff, okay? So all of those things make us slothful. All of those things make us slothful, okay? Now, how do we get present? The Power of Now, Eckhart Tolle. If you've heard of that, I just bought that book today, but I have his other book, A New Earth, okay? Buddhism, Zen Buddhism, just being present. We just want to be present and mindful. We want to be present. We don't want our mind to be stimulated all the time. Machine Gun Kelly says, I'm overstimulated and I'm sad in one of his songs. Okay? He's telling you the truth right there. I'm overstimulated and I'm sad, okay? When you're overstimulated from all these dopamine highs, you are high all the time. You cannot be present. You cannot be present. You have a lack of self-awareness. You are sloth, okay? That's that. Let's move on to greed. Greed is just emptiness, okay? I need to fill. So let's use the polygyny example. Maybe a man thinks he needs to have all these women to fill his emptiness. Like, oh, look at all my women, all right? I want to collect women, all right? One time, I learned this concept because I specifically was joking around with my buddy, and I told him all the Latinas at work were mine and not his, okay? And then I said, you can have like maybe this one, but because I don't want that one. He responded, bro, you are so greedy, okay? You are so greedy. And greedy, we always think of that with money, okay? It's not. It is not. It's anything. It could be cars. I'm greedy with all my cars. Now, I could just enjoy collecting cars. I could enjoy collecting books that I'm reading. I'm not greedy. I'm not reading these books because I'm empty inside. I'm reading these books because I'm grateful for the ability to experience them so I can share them with you. And then you can buy them from my affiliate link from the Amazon Corporation, okay? So greed is just emptiness, all right? I'm trying to fill my emptiness with an external source, okay? So in the Bible, so wholeness is the solution. In the Bible, Jesus says, be perfect as your Father in heaven is perfect. Now, that word, I looked it up in the Greek, doesn't necessarily mean perfect in the sense like you need to be perfect. As a human being, we're not capable of perfection, and that is totally fine. I don't need to be insecure about the fact that I'm not perfect. This YouTube video isn't going to be perfect. I'm completely whole. I'm grateful that I got to use my skills to the best of my ability to make a good YouTube video that I'm proud of while I was present in the moment, having empathy for you, the listener. I was joyful drinking my Access Energy drink. I'm content, and I have reverence for you guys. You guys are important to me. The path that you guys go on in life is important to me. I want to share this so hopefully I can alleviate some issues that maybe you're having and that you can become the best version of yourself, okay? So where am I getting this? So be perfect as your Father in heaven is perfect. Once again, that's just a story. That's just a phrase. But what is Jesus saying? The actual word for perfect is be whole as your Father in heaven is whole. Okay? I'm not even sure if God is perfect in that flawless sense. Maybe he is. But wholeness is what you're talking about. Wholeness, all right? There are some examples in the Bible where God displays wrath. And I would almost say that he had a desire to control his people because maybe creating people was a new experience for him, and he wasn't actually sure how to handle those new feelings. But I think it was Moses or someone, one of the prophets in the story, prayed to God, and it says God repented, or God changed his mind about the evil he was going to do to his people. Okay, that's a phrase in the Bible, all right? So it's possible, maybe, that God experienced an egoic manifestation, a desire to control those people, but once Moses prayed, the God character and the Moses character, once Moses, I'm pretty sure it was Moses, prayed for God to have empathy, and God chose not to have wrath. Okay, so human beings, which are created in the image of God, can influence God through prayer and communication with our spirit half that I talked about. And so wholeness, be whole as your Father in heaven is whole. Okay, so what is God? God is self-containing. God is whole. He doesn't need you to act a certain way for him to like you and have a relationship with you, okay? He accepts you just the way you are. Why? He is whole, okay? The God character in the Bible is whole. Is whole. You don't need to be perfect to have a relationship with him because he's whole. Now, let's use this for our own relationships if you think God is fake, all right? So or the Bible is fake, all right? So I'm going to use this example for myself, okay? I cannot love another person correctly if I am not whole myself, okay? Because maybe I'm looking to fill my emptiness greedily. I'm greedily filling my emptiness because of my lack of wholeness through another person, through experiencing another person. Maybe I want to act lustfully, and maybe I think that banging that baddie is going to fill my emptiness and get me to wholeness, okay? Wholeness is spiritual. We need to be grounded. It's called self-love, maybe you could call that. But I can't be in a monogamous or polygynous relationship with women if I'm not whole, because I may be looking for other things, looking to satisfy an egoic I'm not whole, so I need to satisfy an egoic manifestation through another person, filling my emptiness, okay? How do we get whole? We connect with God. We become present in the moment. We become aware of our egoic manifestations and eliminating these, okay? This is a process. You don't have to do this overnight. You get to start with where you're at right now. You're good enough where you're at right now, okay? You're good enough right now. You are capable of this right now. We just need to do a little bit of work. Now, I have this video, Stumbling Blocks into Stepping Stones, and I made a condensed version called The Blueprint for Success. Now, you're going to need those concepts to understand this, okay? It's a 1, 2, 3 simple path to success, okay, in any area of life. And getting whole is no exception, okay? So wholeness. And I'll give you the blueprint right now, okay? Let's just say my dream is wholeness. Right now, I'm empty. There is going to be some sort of obstacle in the way of my wholeness, okay? I need to identify what that obstacle is, and that other video is going to help you do that, okay? So I'm at 1 hour and 8 minutes right now. I need to wrap this up, okay? All right, let's get to gluttony. Gluttony. Gluttony is overconsumption because I'm not content. Gluttony, overconsumption, not content. If I was content, I wouldn't need to overconsume and be gluttonous, okay? I have one excess energy drink a day, and not even once a day, maybe like once every other day or every couple days. I don't need to drink the whole thing. Now, let me explain to you what I've done in a gluttonous experience. All right. I got an entire box of Krispy Kreme donuts, okay? They shouldn't have put the Krispy Kreme so close to my house. All right? Krispy Kreme fucking donuts, they're delicious, all right? So Krispy Kreme, I got the 12-pack. I got the glazed with the chocolate frosting and the sprinkles. And I may have had a lack of self-awareness at that time and realized maybe I was trying to fill an emptiness. I ate all 12 donuts in a day. I did it. All 12 fucking donuts. One whole pack, one day, done. All right? Don't get to that level. If you're at that level, that's okay. Let's stop doing that. All right? Probably trying to fill an emptiness. Maybe I should have shared. Maybe I should have been content with one donut. All right? We need to learn contentment where you're at, okay? Maybe I need to just watch one YouTube video a day. Maybe I need to learn to be content being single. I'm in a period of singleness right now where I am using my presence, my wholeness, to create an asset with my YouTube channel, build brands so that I can engage in, I would like to have relationships with beautiful women someday, multiple women, and have children and experience that, having reverence for them and not objectifying them. But I need to learn to be content without any women. And maybe if you got married already and you now learn you can have multiple women, maybe you need to learn that you should just be satisfied with the one that you have, okay? You aren't going to go run and try and act in an egoic way. Well, now that I know polygyny is okay, well, shit. That would not having reverence for my spouse. That would not be loving, though you committed to the one wife for your whole life. And you can let her know about your desires, but we need to learn to be content with that, okay? So we're not going to go run and hurt our wife because we came upon some new information, all right, that we did not know about before, all right? So we're going to be content with where we're at, whether you're single, whether you're married. Maybe some people are married wishing they were single, okay? We need to learn contentment, okay? We need to learn to be content with where we are at. But we don't need to overconsume. We are happy, we're grateful, we have joy, we have empathy for our spouse. We are existing content and we are existing presently in the moment in a whole manner with reverence for others. We don't need to overconsume anything. This could be a product. This could be hoarding money, maybe. Overconsumption, just buying a ton of Legos. All right? We don't need to just keep buying I like Legos. We don't need to have all the Blink-182 merch in our house. And just hoarding all of that. Hoarders is a show about overconsumption and gluttony. All right, we need to learn to be content. Lust. No, I go really in depth with just lust for sexual attraction and love. Lust and sexual attraction are two separate things in that other video called Your Sexuality is Sacred. Not shameful, it's sacred. Lust is just objectification, okay? They're just a piece of ass that I want to have sex with, okay? I am not having reverence for who that human being truly is. I am not seeing that they are a human being, the most valuable being in the universe, a human being, or even having reverence for an animal, objectifying, oh, they're just an animal that we, I can treat my animal like shit. They're just a dog, okay? Objectification of an animal, okay? Now, animals are okay to use for certain purposes, but let's not get into that before the vegans get all mad at me, all right? Reverence for another person, okay? They're not just a piece of ass, okay? Here's the difference between lust and love. Love is patient, love is kind, it does not envy, it does not boast. There's a bunch of that. That's in Corinthians, I think. But what is love, okay? So here's how you determine if you love or lust for someone, okay? Now, in the Bible, Jacob liked Rachel's beauty. Now sounds like she was a real baddie, okay? A real baddie, like probably a 10 or an 11, all right? Objectifying women, all right? And but he had reverence for her, and he said to her father, I would like to marry your daughter. And the father said, okay, work for me on my farm or whatever for 7 years, okay? So he didn't lust for her. You can enjoy a woman's beauty without objectifying them, okay? They were designed to be beautiful, okay? They are a work of art. The female body is something to be enjoyed, okay? Artistically, it was designed that way, just like a beautiful flower or a garden, okay? But we need to have reverence for it and those women so that we can experience healthy relationships, which I mentioned in my other video, Stumbling Blocks to Stepping Stones. But lust is just, they're an object to fill one of my something emptiness, okay? Maybe I have an overconsumption gluttony problem with a sex addiction, all right? Overconsumption of sex, all right? Because I'm not content with where I'm at, okay? Objectification, not a good thing. When we have reverence, we understand that that person is created in the image of God. They have a soul, they have a spirit. They're a valuable human being that is someone we can have a intimate relationship with. God in the Bible is relational, not controlling. Relational. I can have a relationship, an intimate relationship, enjoy an intimate sexual relationship with multiple women or a single woman without objectifying any of them, because I have reverence for who they are. And if you hate women, you lie to them and pretend like you aren't interested in other women. But if you love women and you have reverence for them, you can tell them the truth. Hey, look, I am interested in having a relationship with multiple women because I can tell you the truth because I don't have a desire to control you. All right, I can tell you the truth. Now, if I lie to women, I have a desire to control. I don't have reverence. I can't revere someone's and value them if I'm just controlling them. I'm objectifying them. So all of these are bad and they go together, okay? Maybe I am controlling women or I'm a woman controlling man because I have a lack of self-awareness and an emptiness that I'm trying to fill from my insecurity. or maybe I'm just jealous, or maybe I'm objectifying that man. Maybe I'm objectifying that man. Maybe I'm a man and I'm objectifying a woman. Okay, guess what? Here's a good one. I can't be with her because she's a single mom. She's a single mom. I've done all my self-work and I have a lot of money in the bank. I'm pretty superior right now. I can't be with a single mom. She's just not good enough for me. You know, she's not a virgin. She's not a virgin. I've been working really hard. She's not a virgin, so I'm not gonna be with her. She can go find another guy. Okay. You may not have reverence for that human being because of some of her actions. Or ladies, maybe you're objectifying your man and you have an emptiness that you're trying to fill from a man, so you desire to control him so he can't experience joy with some of his other women. Okay? So objectification. You can objectify maybe. Here's the thing with monogamy for me. If I can only choose one, then I have to objectify her. She has to be perfect. Is a thought process that I had. Okay, well, if I can only have one, then I can't choose that single mother because she's not perfect. No human is. Okay, objectification. You know how you don't objectify women? When you realize you can have multiple women, you don't need to objectify them. You don't need to objectify them because you can love that one that's a single mother. You can love one that's not a virgin. You can love one that is a virgin. It doesn't matter if she cooks. Okay, how about this one? She doesn't cook. I can't be with her. I need a woman who cooks and stays in the kitchen. I like making jokes about women in the kitchen. All right. One of my female friends at work had made a comment to me the other day. And fortunately, I'm Prince Charming, so I can say this without going to HR. But she said, I don't belong here. Like, I don't belong here working. And I said, oh, where do you belong, in the kitchen? And she said, no, sleeping. But I didn't go to HR for that because I'm Prince Charming. Okay, but objectifying women, she needs to cook and clean. Look, ladies, if I have reverence for you and I value you as a human being and my relationship with you is based on me being whole and content with who you are, and I have empathy and realize that you have your own desires and what you want to do, I don't need you to cook, okay? If you're an awesome woman that I have a great relationship with and I value the relationship and just the fact that I get to know you intimately, I don't give a shit if you don't cook or clean, all right? I'll get a maid to do that. I will cook and clean myself, okay? I could have 7 beautiful wives and I would cook and clean, all right? Or hire a maid. I don't care if they cook or clean, okay? Just have sex. No, I'm just kidding. But all I care about is that they are sex objects, okay? No, I'm just kidding, guys. Don't go there. I care about the intimate relationship with them and sexual companionship. If you watch my video, Sex is Sacred, you'll be able to know more about that specific topic. But I'm going to wrap it up today. Once again, thank you for watching Knowledgeable Nick. These 2 books are going to be in the affiliate link comments. I would encourage you to learn about that. That would help you with some of the things here. And check out Access Energy Drink from my Amway affiliate link. And I have makeup, makeup, artistry makeup, cologne, shampoo, home goods, nutrition products, vitamins, organic vitamins. I have a lot of very quality, and I messed up there because once again, this is live, okay? This is live, very high quality organic quality products grown on organic farms in Brazil. So you can take a look at all of that stuff. The makeup is not tested on animals, certified vegan, all of that good stuff. So the vegans that have been hating on me, the products that I represent are vegan certified, lots of vegan vitamins and nutrition products. So thank you for watching Knowledgeable Nick. I hope you learned a lot. And have a wonderful day. Please take this into perspective and apply it into your own lives.